I know I've been slacking lately, and I haven't been on as much as I need to be, but I need to ask a question. So, did anybody, and I know you um, did you watch President Trump's speech yesterday? I think it's going to go down as like one of the longest speeches ever given in that chamber in the history of the presidency of the United States. Did you watch it? Did you watch the whole thing from beginning to end? Now, I want you to mute that tiny voice for just a second. Mute that tiny voice in your head that says, I can't stand that orange guy. And just for a moment, and I want you to think about the position he's in, standing in front of not only all of these political rivals and partners, but also the American people on this camera. And he has to speak in a certain way. He has to behave in a certain way. Everything he does is going to be judged, and it's going to be mocked. Every way he moves his mouth, every hand gesture, everything that Donald Trump does is going to be mocked. They're going to make fun of him. And what he said was one of the most poignant and real things that he's ever said at the beginning of his speech. When he told the Democrat Party, he told the Republican Party, he told the American people that he could literally come up with an incurable disease. He could come up with a cure for an incurable disease, and the Democrats would still hate him, and they would still not back him. No matter what he says or what he does, they're going to hate him. And that's literally what they did, and they disrespected him the entirety. From what I could see, I couldn't see the whole room at first. They did finally pan around so you could see what he was seeing, and I was furious. Not because, well, they're Democrats. That wasn't it. The lack of support for the people in the gallery that he was talking about, the families of individuals who have been offed in this country and outside of this country under disgusting, deplorable circumstances. And there was a standing ovation from the president himself, from the vice president, from the speaker, from all the Republicans and the Democrats. All the Democrats, they just sat there. There was like 3 of them that maybe perfunctory golf clapped. And I was like, are you fucking serious right now? You have the nerve to call yourself a professional, and you cannot come down off of your ridiculous high horse and support at least these individuals who lost family and are being noticed here today, pulled into this room and noticed here today. You can't even do that because it's Trump. You have to be rude to him. You have to be vile to him. You have to be impolite to him. You have to be unprofessional to him. Is it because you're a Democrat and you're ashamed now to support a good thing? If he does a good thing, a really good thing, which he has done a few, you can't even support these people? These people who lost things, it lost humans, lost lives in tragedies, and you can't stand up in support of the fact that there's a wildlife refuge being named after one, there are laws being named after another. You can't support any of it. So supporting any of it would mean that you're supporting all of it, and that's why you didn't stand up. So the Democrats that I know are so scared that their personal rights are going to be taken away from them, that they can't support the good things that are being done? Is that what you're saying to me? Because that does not make sense, and it's juvenile. And I was appalled. I was disgusted. And if I ever considered being swinging over to the side of Democratic Party again, that right there just sold the fact that I never will. You will not be disrespectful in the chamber like that. You will not be disrespectful to the man that's in that office and ever gain the support of people who value that position. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's Biden. The fact that they heckled him so much that one individual had to be removed physically by the sergeant at arms said everything about the Democratic Party. You guys do not have good representatives. You really don't. And so, as individuals, I love you guys, but what you want and what you're doing to try to get what you want, you're going about it all wrong. You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And all the hate and rhetoric you guys have spewed about Donald Trump all these years, dude, he's president. And Green can spout all he wants to about, I'm going to get him impeached. No, you're not. No, you're not. He has too much fucking support. You're not. He's not going anywhere. And if you want egg prices to go down, and that's what we all want, it's not just eggs, but eggs is it's the key talking point about our economy. You have to wait. Chickens were offed. The poultry, the entire poultry industry took a huge hit under the last administration. The birds, they were no more. You have to wait for the new flocks in all of these poultry farms. You have to wait for them to reach maturity. When they start laying eggs again, guarantee those prices will be down by November. Guarantee, probably by September, because there's going to be an influx of eggs in this country like the world has never seen when these new chicks that are being put to work, that when they mature, it's going to be awesome to go out and spend 98 cents for a dozen eggs again, because they'll be there. And when you go to buy your dog food and your cat food and your cattle feed and all that, and the prices of that go down, you can also then thank the work that the administrator, I'm not saying Donald Trump, he delegated every job and he did not take credit for it. Not one time did he say, I, me. No, he gave credit where it was due to the people he delegated these jobs to. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes on the economic front in 6 months, in 1 year. And by July 4th, 2026, when Doge officially wraps up what they're doing, and I feel like Elon Musk is actually doing what he said he was doing and saving $4 million a day. $4 billion a day. That's what he has to cut from the budget. By the time Doge wraps up, they will have balanced the American budget. No more deficit. That is the plan. That is the plan. I'm not saying they're going to do it. I'm not saying they're going to make it. I don't know. But I do know that's the plan. And for the United States of America to have a balanced budget, we haven't seen that since Clinton. So, like he said at the beginning, can we just all try to work together to make this country better? If you have a solid talking point, if you have a solid reason, if you have something to say, then bring that to the table. But just, I hate that orange guy. What are we, 12?